Hello everyone, my name is Apple Guy. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD. In the previous video, we went around and gathered some Triforce Shards. We went around and got 2 of them that were related to 5-room monster battles. In today's video, we're going to be claiming our final treasure chart, our final Triforce piece. And it is on Outset Island. Our home island was carrying a piece of the Triforce this whole time. How crazy is that? Yes, we're going to be returning home and claiming this piece of the Triforce. Now, I will go ahead and say that this might be an incredibly lengthy, long, super Omega Juicer video, because we have a lot to accomplish, and it's entirely possible that we have to be here for a minute. So hopefully it won't be too long. But me failing to get to where I need to get to quickly might prevent that from happening. First things first, I had a YouTube comment advised me to go and talk to the people inside of this house. They apparently have some unique, interesting, funny dialogue. So we're going to go ahead and pay quick attention to this. And then we will get to move on. Hey, if you got free time, why don't you come back when it's light out to take our pig for a walk? I already did that. Maybe it's during the daytime. It might be during the daytime. Things got so quiet and lonely after you left the island, so we decided to get a pet pig. Do we talk to the sleeping children? No, you know what? I think it has to be daytime. Let's make it daytime and talk to these people once more. Alright, daytime it is. Hello. Yay, Link, it's Link! So? Did you save Errol? Hey, shush! I'm sorry, Link. Don't you pay any attention to him? Don't pay any attention to him. Hello. Things got so yes, you got the pet pig. What do you have to say? Link! Lots and lots of things have happened since you left, Link. First of all, my little brother doesn't wet the bed anymore, so that's good, I guess. And Mom got kind of chubby again. Hey, you shush! And, oh yeah, and now when you feed old Link bait, he gets real excited and digs holes on hard patches of black dirt you see around the village. He always finds treasure in them. Yeah! Yep, that's our pet pig's name. I can't believe all it takes to get Link excited is a little bait. Talk about a dummy. The pig! He's talking about the pig, not you. I like that dialogue. Thank you for the tidbit there. I enjoyed reading that. That one kid has no filter. Yeah, my brother stopped wetting the bed and my mom got chubby, and the mom is terrified. Things you could say. Alright, now, you might have seen it when we were sailing in, but over this way, there is something rather incredible. Alright, so right here, we need to look up at this palm tree, grapple onto it with a hook shot, and we can get up here to this stone face. And of course, we can toss the stone face and go into the hole that it creates. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to be the first to welcome you to the Savage Labyrinth. The Savage Labyrinth is a 50-floor monster absolute mayhem session. The Savage Labyrinth. Deep in the never-ending darkness, the golden shard you seek awaits. 50 floors of monster battles. You know how last video we covered 5 rooms of monsters? Well, this is 50 rooms of monsters. And it's gonna be quite the doozy. I'm sure you can see why, with 50 floors, why we're gonna be taking a wee bit of time to get through here. But hopefully we can accomplish it all in one video. I might speed up if I think the video is going too long. You will have to see what I end up deciding to do. I'm going to go ahead and just explain the floor breakdown first of all. As I said, there are 50 floors. Floors 1 through 10 are Dragon Roost Cavern enemies. 11 through 20 are Forest Haven enemies. That leaves 21 to 30 to be enemies from Tower of the Gods. 31 through 40 are enemies from from the Earth Temple and the Wind Temple, and the last 10 floors, that would be 41 through 50, are enemies that are real tough. It's just, they can be from anywhere, but they're the toughest of the toughest enemies. So be on the lookout for there. You'll notice that none of these monsters are dropping loot. That's because there is no item recovery of any sort, no magic, no arrows, no bombs, no hearts. Unless you're on a floor that ends in a 0, which means floor 0, 10, 20, etc., etc. So thankfully, we've got a whole ton of resources. We shouldn't need to use much recovery. Hopefully it stays that way. That'd be what we really want to see. So we'll try and defend ourselves the best we can. We do have 3 fairies and a soup from Grandma. So we are not going in unprepared at all. We have tons of stuff. Tons of stuff. There we are. Get it, poke him. There we go. Alrighty. There is a reward for us on floor 30 and a reward for us on floor 50. These rewards are different depending on the version of the game you're playing, and I will explain them as we see them. Which means we need to reach floor 30 in order to get our very first reward. And there is no floor tracker of any kind. You can't see what floor you're on based on... Actually, can you check the map? No, you cannot. Okay, there's no floor tracker, so you just have to kind of keep track in your head. Alternatively, you can calculate based off of if you have a floor, like a recovery floor, you can say, okay, I'm somewhere on a floor that ends in a 0, a multiple of 10 floor. And yes, 0 is a multiple of 10. Fire keys in this room. Probably not as difficult as it should be. You'll notice we have absolute max health, max items, in the sense that we carry 99 arrows, 99 bombs, and max magic. We are as strong as you can be at this point of the game. So it is a little difficult to comprehend just how difficult this can be if you're not as prepared as we are. If maybe you aren't playing 100% completion, or you decided to do this area early, then yeah, it's tricky. Of course, because you need both the what am I trying to say? The hookshot and the power bracelets to pick this up, you need to at least beat the what is it? The Earth Temple? In the sense of items you need to at least beat the Earth Temple. And then you could have access here because you'd have the power bracelets and the hookshot. We're progressing though. Alright, this is floor 10. You can tell because it contains a way out. And there's also pots here containing recovery items. Don't mind if I do. I will be indulging and then continuing. The way out is not a checkpoint. You cannot say, oh, I used all my elixir soup, better go grab some more, and come back and expect to be placed on floor 10 again. If you're out, you're out. There is no returning to the Savage Labyrinth unless you battle your way through it all again. The Savage Labyrinth is not the first of its kind at all, and it definitely isn't the last. I can recall at least Twilight Princess having a boss rush mode. However, the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time has one as well, as far as like the dream sequences, and Majora's Mask you could always fight bosses again. However, this is more of a straight enemy gauntlet than bosses, so maybe it is the first of its kind. I forget what it's called in Twilight Princess, but it's located in the desert. And the reward is quite massive as well. Not required for the story though. This is required for you to beat the game. If you want to beat The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, HD or SD, then you need to defeat the Savage Labyrinth dungeon. Dungeonette, mini dungeon. It's a dungeon in the sense that, like, enemies and challenge, but it's not at all like a puzzle oriented. There's no boss or small keys or anything like that. Alright, boom. Oh, it's worth mentioning, if there's an enemy like a Moblin or those Bokobabas we just fought, if you use the grappling hook, you can still loot them. There are no reward boxes, or what I call the loot boxes, but you can, for example, grappling hook the skull necklaces off of any enemy that has a skull necklace that you would want to loot. Pretty useful if you need to grind up for maybe the Hurricane Spin, or let's see what else. Maybe you need the Joy Pendants to get Miss Marie's Cabana Deed. Lots of options. And this is a place where you could do those things if absolutely necessary. Alright, so here we are. Did I just 2-for-1 those guys? No, they're stunned. Wait, I think I did 2-for-1 them. Oh my gosh. Crazy. Oh, so you can tell by the design now we are in the Forest Haven area of the Mob Rush, Monster Rush. And of course, these are enemies we have seen in the Forest Haven as well. It's a nice little blast from the past, you could say, as far as how the game sets this up, to where we're at the end of the game now. There isn't a whole lot left for us to do, but this game enjoys saying, hey, remember this? It's pretty cool. Now, I can't help but imagine that originally this was planned to be fully optional. If the Triforce quest truly was added in at a very late stage in development, which I do believe, and I'm pretty sure is confirmed. But that's bonus stuff video. We're going to talk about cut content and potential things we could have gotten, or things that they definitely said, yeah, we don't want to do that. It's in the game. But this is set up sort of like an extra... Did I miss a... Oh. Hey dude, what's up? There we go. This is set up sort of like a bonus challenge. The Cave of Ordeals is what it's called in Twilight Princess. And the Cave of Ordeals definitely took inspiration from this as far as being optional. Alright. These moth guys are real easy. There we are. Wind Waker combat is just so fun. I'm glad they have an area like this in the game, so that we do have a place to kind of go all out, do fun combos and whatnot. Okay. These are 2 of the mini-bosses. We fought these mini-bosses previously. There we go. I just used a whole ton of arrows. Defeated them super quickly. And we can progress down. And here's floor 20. You can tell because of the exit we have here. Thankfully, we can get some hearts. No magic yet, though. Also, lots of rupees. Once again, if you're in need of rupees to do the challenge of opening all the treasure or Triforce charts, this could be a place to go for it. There we go. Now we're in the Tower of the Gods section. You can tell because of the very pristine stonework around us. I have a funny story. Not particularly relevant to this game, but relevant to a game. I am in school, in college, for civil engineering, and part of the curriculum we have is geology, because it's important for civil engineers to know what they're building on. Anyway, part of geology is a lab, and the lab we had most recently was identifying rocks and stones. And I took one look at the stones and I said, this one here is granite, this one here is andesite, and that one right there, that's diorite. And the people in my group were like, whoa, are you like a rock guy? I was like, no, I just play Minecraft. And they weren't as impressed when I told them that. Anyway, moving on. Those were some Armos Knights we had to defeat. Ah, unsuspicious pots. Oh, yikes. Alright, looks like we have some yellow chews, which means we have some... We definitely have some bow and arrow action going on. Love the first person mode in this game. Being able to move around freely like that is so liberating. And it truly makes for a fun combat experience. Absolutely wonderful. That was a very fun stage. Alright, now we've got these bubbles. Thankfully, these bubbles are not the cursing bubbles. They are just the fiery bubbles. And so we can just walk up and slap them. We don't have to worry about getting cursed and not being able to swing our weapons around. That would be a little bit of a bummer here in this fighting arena, not being able to fight. Hey, howdy, hey. I see some enemies that we should be familiar with. Actually, let's put that on that. That there. That can go there. Okay, wonderful. We have some bokoblins and some... And what is this? This is a dark nut, it appears. Alright. I need to get your helmet off, good sir. Thank you. Oh, nope, didn't get his helmet off. Alright, looks like we are not going for the quick defeat then. We'll just defeat him the old-fashioned way. You'll notice he was going to pick up the bokoblin sword, These swordsmen are skilled in a variety of weapons, and they will pick up whichever one is nearest, not just their specific weapon. Their weapon meaning the type of weapon, not the one that they spawned with. So for example, two Darknets can pick up each other's swords, but they can also pick up a lot of other swords. Alright, so we've got a Wizrobe, it appears, definitely the biggest threat, so we're going to go ahead and take the Wizrobe out first, followed by the Armoses. Alright, thank you. Come over here, poke him in the back, and then we'll just go chill over by this. Awesome. Drop down. Party mode. Party time, party time. Alright, we have some bubbles. Deactivated bubbles, and we also have Armos Knights, so we want to give each of these... Oh, that didn't work, did it? Nope. Okay. Eat this! Oh, darn. Eat this! There we go. He actually ate it this time. Okay, now stay away. Don't do it. He did it. Link is just laying down in fire. Alright, down we go. And we're on to the next floor. We've got some more Dark Nut enemies. Here we go. Really trying to take care of these enemies as the opportunity arises. There we go. Perfect. Alright, and then this one. Oh, that's not good. Chill out! There we go. I think I've exploded myself. I've done more damage to myself probably than the enemies have. I just feel like that's... an adequate measurement. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached floor 30. And as you can tell, floor 30 looks a little different from the remainder of the floors. Because here, we see our Triforce symbol. And we see our wind symbol. We need to play the Wind's Requiem right here. Am I close enough to make this count? I am. And this will give us our final Triforce Shard on floor 30 of all places. We just have to walk up, open it, and here's our Triforce Shard. Of course, in the SD version of the game, this is not a Triforce Shard, but it is a Triforce chart. At last, you found the last shard. Fused together, all 8 form the Triforce of Courage. We're going to take a very quick peek at our map screen, or our item screen. You can see we have the full completed Triforce of Courage. This is a piece of the sacred golden triangle spoken of in Legends. Alright. And they of course mean Legends, not as in like Star Wars extended lore. Alright, so this will unlock us a beam of light to leave, and a beam of light to open the way for further progress. There are 20 floors left. These are the floors dedicated to the Earth and Wind Temple, as well as the just general difficult enemies section. And we will be taking all these out because this is a 100% Let's Play, and we'll be uncovering the secrets further down. You'll be wondering, but we gave away the oh, I'm gonna get chomped here. I haven't got chomped in forever. They gave away the item. What else could possibly be worth getting? There we go. I love jump attacking when they freeze me midair because you can just deal damage to them. Well, we'll find out when we get to floor 50. This actually is a reward that has changed 3 times across the game, and I will explain each version of it in when we reach it. That will make more sense hopefully in a little bit. Don't curse me, please. Here we go. Poke. Run, run. Nope. Ah, great. Okay. It's all fun and games, but now I'm cursed. There we go. Poke, poke. And not a 2 for 1, not even a 1 for 1. There we go. Poke and hit. Boom. Bang. Alright, cool. Yes, once we reach the 50th floor, which obviously, now that we've passed floor 30, we know that the end of the dungeon is going to have a prize for us. Once we reach that point, I will elaborate more on what the prize elements are. Alright, so here, of course, we have the purple or black shoes that you need to petrify. Once petrified, you can just crush them. There we go, one here as well. And this one. And there's one over there as well. Gonna have to reach for that one. Perfect. Kaboom. Alright. This guy right here as well. Of course, these are the enemies. If you try and hit them, they will become all circly, sphery. They go all jelly. You can't actually defeat them normally. We don't need to defeat them normally because we have a skull hammer and a beam of light. Lots of light elements here as we descend down because we are entering the place where enemies had light as a mechanic in the dungeons. See here we've got Pose, for example, which were very easy enemies from the... Oh, get back here. From Medley's temple, the Earth Temple. No, my apologies. That was Medley was the Wind Temple. No, Medley was the Earth Temple. Because, gosh darn it, the flying one gets the Earth, and the one that is stuck on the ground gets the sky. One left? One left. Where's the last one? There he is. No way to defeat these Pose besides using the light. At least not for now. There we go. Got him. Perfect. We can continue to descend. Dropping down. Okay, like I said, this is probably going to be a bit of a longer video, so I hope that is not too bothersome. If it is, consider watching in 2 segments. Watch the first half, and then watch the second half later. Alright, this was actually a pretty easy floor. Defeating those Mothra enemies are pretty cool. I don't think they're called Mothras. I think I made that mistake before. Maybe they're called Mothras. Who knows? Okay, there we go. Always have to make sure we are defeating the Moblins, because they are tricky enemies too. They're not the trickiest of enemies, but they're tricky enemies. There we go. Hit that Moblin into hitting the other Redead, which bought me some time. Love that. We can continue forth. Always marching forward. Always, always marching forward. Alright, so let's take care of the flying enemy first. Super easy to defeat if you just use your bow and arrow. And then these guys, we can of course come in with the chop. Here we go. And we can spin attack quickly with them. If great, there was another one. Yes, these guys, I do wish they would pop up all at once, because otherwise you have to make extra trips to petrify them. Crush. There we are. We should stop seeing those pretty soon, though. I believe at least once we get to floor 40, they will be done. Alright, Moblins and Pose. Let's defeat the Moblins first, maybe, and the Pose second. There is another Moblin. Alright. Here we are. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Now, hello, Pose, you lovely people. Don't mind me just going to burn each and every one of you. There we go. And this one as well. And you know what? For old time's sake, this is for Jalhalla! There we are. That's of course how we defeated the boss Jalhalla in the Earth Temple. There we are. Jalhalla was a fun fight. Jalhalla was a really fun fight. Alright, here we are again. Handful of tricky enemies this time around. Gonna want to take care of the cursing bubbles first. We don't want to be cursed at all. It would be quite bad to be cursed. There we go. And it looks like I actually disabled this one as well. I did. Here we are. Crush him. Oh, no. Okay. Yes, he has his spin attack and I have mine. His might be a little stronger though. Here we are. And get the skull as well. Come on. Ah, darn. I have a dream that one day I can mash fast enough to where... Uh-oh. Wait, get out of here. I thought I defeated you already. Get out of here. Uh-oh. That was bad. Less than ideal. Let's get spinning. I have a dream I can do enough quick spins to just defeat him instantly. Or not instantly, but, you know, before he has time to do his own spin attack. There we are. Apologies, my controller is audible, by the way. Sometimes I go really hard on it. I personally don't mind in editing. I know I could fix it if I, like, really wanted to. But as long as it's not like really loud keyboard noises or something. I don't know, let me know. If it bothers you guys, I will fix my microphone for it. Because it should be a pretty simple fix. I don't believe it will, Ho ho! Hello, Mini Blins. How do you do? Floor 41, by the way. Alrighty. Nice. And we continue. We are now in the last section. Dropping in to continue the fight. We're going to see a whole ton of difficult enemies. This enemy gauntlet section is not gonna be easy enemies. This is gonna be hard enemies. Oh, hard on the console maybe. Holy buckets. Oh, don't lag that much, please. There we go. Mainly going for the yellow shoes, of course. Alright, that initial explosion was oof. The console was not happy with that. The console said no thanks. Next floor. New floor, new bosses, new collection of wizrobes attacking me. Okay. It's like the game itself doesn't acknowledge its technical limits, because it shouldn't be displaying... It can't handle this many wizrobes. Alright, here we go. Using fire arrows, of course, because it is easier to take them out, less time spent doing so. Of course, it does cost us some magic, and we won't be collecting much magic, because we're in the last set of floors, and so if we're at the point where we are able to collect magic, we don't need it anymore because we're at the end of the dungeon. Alright, gonna go ahead and just invoke the spin attack strategy. Thankfully, Bokoblins aren't the most intelligent enemies in the Zelda series, so they will run right to their doom. Of course, if you're swinging around the Master Sword, they will just say, hey, I want to run right into that. I would love to run directly into the center of that. And the game will lag, because that's what Wind Waker HD does. Alright. Really pushing the processing power of the Wii U. You know, there's a reason they made a supercomputer out of PlayStation 3s, and not Wii U's. Tricky selection of enemies. Let's see if we can take out each section without disturbing the next. Ideally, we get all these guys out of action first, and then we can worry about dealing with the style foes. Okay, I am failing to hit my jump attack mid-screen. Maybe I can succeed in this last one. Oh, I could have sworn I defeated. I'm gonna get munched. Gosh darn it. Quit munching me. We're gonna drop into the 10 hearts zone, aren't we? If I drop below 10 hearts, I lose. That's the new rule. Okay. Come on. There we are. There we are. Get a window of opportunity to deal some damage. And get damage here as well. Run into a wall. Please do. I don't want to chase your skull around. Oh, see? Not done yet. I finished out a combo and it feels like it should be done. Okay, I'm going to back out. I'm going to let him do his thing. Here we are. Spin. Spin, spin, spin. Spin. There we are. Alright, now we can escape. Perfect. And drop down. Excellent. I believe we have 5 floors left. 5 sounds somewhere up there in the range of, like, I think that's about right. Okay. And of course, the enemies will continue to get more and more difficult as we continue, much like the Fitness Gram Pacer test. So it's like, you know, it's almost like this is the Fitness Gram Pacer test of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD, you could say. I'm about to drop below my health meter limit, and that would be a sad day. Alright, well, we got one of these guys down. Oh, see, now he's picked up a banner from the Moblin. Pike from the Moblin? It's not really a banner. I mean, you could probably carry a banner on it, but it's not a banner per se. Drop down. Next floor. We've got Whiz Robes, first and foremost. Also, things casting... Oh, well, I lost. L. Also, we can't touch the sides of the walls, because there's lightning. There we go. Okay, oops. Not particularly what I wanted to do. These are Dark Nuts in black armor. They are slightly trickier. As you can see, they have a little more armor, but armor is nothing when you're a professional like I am. Alright, oops, didn't want to do that. I wanted to do this. There we are. And for this guy, I will probably just end up having to defeat him manually. Yeah, it'll take too long to do the other strategy. Somehow the quick strategy became slower. 9 hearts descending on the next floor. Now I have not healed yet, so I am still a champion. Alright, here we have a collection of Stalfos in a bomb field, a field of bomb flowers, which will be activated regularly. They can go off at any moment. And it turns out, if you want to defeat a guy who's a skeleton, just blow him up. Turns out that is the easiest way to inflict lots of damage on a skeleton. There we are. Now you have to, the tricky part now is chasing him down without blowing yourself up. Or hey, blow yourself up. See if I care. Well, I do care. Don't blow yourself up. Alright. Now come over here. Come on. Alright, there we go. Let's see if we can... Oh, no. He's gonna get blown up again. More importantly than him getting blown up, I'm getting blown up. I don't want to get blown up. I want to have hearts. I only have, like... What? 8 and a quarter? 7 and a quarter left? Oh boy. Dark Nuts. These ones are even... What is that? I think there's a... Oh no, there's... Ah, these are Marlin Statues, is their name. Now, Marlin Statues are a bit of a special occurrence in this game, because I don't believe they appear anywhere else. At least not anywhere that I can know of right now. They are just enemies, in the sense of they are more obstacles than enemies, I suppose I should say. Because they breathe fire if you approach them. Similar to how we had electric barriers on one of the floors we were fighting in. We have these guys serving as sort of fire barriers. I'm also low on health. Just came to this realization. Not particularly sure what I should be thinking about that. Just observing. Just kind of observing, I suppose. Okay. One down. And this one to go. Wow, he beelined it for it. He wanted that specific weapon. And no other weapon. Alright, boom. Next area. And we're approaching 40 minutes on the recording. But we have reached a very bright room. This is, in fact, floor 50. And we can open up the chest to get the ultimate reward from the Savage Labyrinth. That being... the Hero's Charm. This mystical trinket gives you the ability to see the life force of your foes. Touch its icon on the item screen to equip it. With that, we are free to leave the Savage Labyrinth. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this item is kind of cool. It's useful a little bit. If we equip it right here, you see Link will put on this mask, and when we find an enemy, we'll be able to see how much health it has above its head. It's like a health bar reader. Now, I don't believe there's any enemies we can see immediately, but I will make sure to show it off in the next episode. Real quick before I end up this video, I want to explain the other rewards you could get. If you're playing the English SD version of the game, you will receive a piece of heart. This piece of heart was relocated for the HD version of the game, and you know, I think this is a cooler reward. Originally, Miss Marie would give you this for giving her all the joy pendants, all 50 of them, which is why she says, oh, this is a very mystical special item I found, and then gives you a treasure chart in the HD version of the game. Anyway, if you're playing the Japanese version of the game, you would get, ready for this? 10 rupees. 10 rupees. Because this chest under Link's house was originally a piece of heart. For the English version of the game, they switched that piece of heart and that 10 rupees so that you get an actual reward. And then they even made the reward more exclusive in the HD English version of the game. But ladies and gentlemen, we're already up to 40 minutes of recording time, so I better stop talking. That is going to be all for now, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please hit like and subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me when you guys my videos around. And I'll catch you guys all back here next time for my next video. Until then, as always, take care.